What's going on, everybody? FutureRail Productions here. I'm here with the episode 11 of season 2 of the Reactor, and today we're going to be reacting to the SS Atlantic real-time sinking from Titanic Honor and Glory. Now, the SS Atlantic was a steamship sailing ship combination, so it had 4 masts for sails and then a steam engine to drive it. I'm not sure why they did that. Random idea, just random thought, whatever you want to call it. The Atlantic was built in 1871, and it sank on April 1st, 1873, in a storm by essentially running aground and sinking. Now, the crew was put at fault. There's multiple different testimonies and all that. I'll let you guys look it up and do your own ideas behind it. So like what you guys think is right and what you guys think is wrong. I'll give you my thoughts and at the end of the video. But it was the worst maritime civilian disaster until a French ship, I think the Le Brun, I can't even pronounce it. I think it says it at the end of the video, but it was the worst disaster for the White Star Line until Titanic. So we all know how Titanic ended up. So, anyways, let's go ahead and react. I need to find my earbuds. Wonder if these will work. Nope. So, yeah, it's 306. Oh, this is new. So, this was not in the Titanic Honor and Glory, Titanic real-time sinking, or the Britannic real-time sinking, so that's pretty awesome. I apologize if I'm really silent on this. This is actually my first time watching it, so I kind of want to be quiet. Yeah, that's not good. So yeah, this is a lot of cool detail here with all the background stuff with the designs of the ship and all that. It's pretty neat. Yep, they were the large ship of their time. Now, I'll put forth some of my theories here real quick. Or not theories, I'll put some of my reasonings why it's all whatever, why the whole ship thing happened. So it's, to my opinion, it's the crew's fault. They weren't paying attention. They were believing they were on course when they completely weren't. The captain should have been woken up by now. It's 3:08 in the morning, and because they believed, he would have been. He basically said, "Hold on, excuse me." Oh, right there on cabin passengers. That's like your first class passengers, and then the rest is third class. But the captain told the second officer, I think Metcalf, said, "Hey, I don't want to be woken up, later than 3 a.m." So I think Metcalf is on the bridge with second officer Metcalf and quartermaster Robert Thomas on the bridge. But yeah, they just didn't want, like, Metcalf thought he was on course with Halifax. Robert Thomas, I think he knew, he knew where the ship was, like, heading and all that. So Yep. Yep. He doesn't want to be woken up till 3 a.m. It's now 3:09. But because Metcalf believes they're still on course, he doesn't wake him up. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, and I think if they didn't have to stop, like the guy who said that they need to refill coal was completely wrong. They had plenty of coal. So had they not had to divert to Halifax, uh, you know, they would have. Yeah, this is why. Yeah, had they not had to divert to Halifax to load on coal, this probably would have never have happened. And yeah, these guys are idiots. I have to admit. Honestly, I think they should have just stopped the ship and anchored for the night. Yeah, if you don't see the light, it's I mean the guy driving the ship. If he's driving the ship, you should trust the guy who's driving the ship. But nope, stubborn officers and bullcrap. Ugh, it's so annoying. Yep. Now I'm guessing with the sailing rig, they just had the sails on during when the winds were favorable, and then used the steam engine whenever they needed to. Like in the case of this, a storm. Yep. Yep. That's not good. Of course, they can't see anything because of the weather. Just hearing the ship groan is it's scary, just hearing it groan as it goes through the waves just gives you chills. Even though it's not sinking yet, just hearing it groan, twist, and bend and all that, that's the scary part. Ugh. I hate it. Yeah, Robert Thomas is pretty much the smart one at this point. If I was the quartermaster at the time, I would have just said fuck it and started turning the ship wheel. Screw the repercussions. If we noticed that the ship was off course, I mean, if they were turning and they saw as they were turning, they saw the islands, like, oh shit, he was right. But no, this Metcalf guy is a fucking idiot. Sorry, shouldn't be dropping the F-bombs here. Yeah, I think we're gonna see okay, yeah. If we're zooming this far in front of the ship, you can bet your ass we're gonna see the shoreline. Yep, there it is. Okay. So, this is gonna be fun. It's 3:14 in the morning. There's the ship. Oh, the music's reaching a crescendo here. Yeah, it's too late. Golden Rock. That'll make an important. That'll be important later on in the sinking. Well, that ain't good. You guys done goofed. And then her lights go out. Yep, that's not good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not good. Oh, dear. Oh. That's not good. If you listen closely, you can hear the engine still going. Now they're starting to wind down. Now it's off. Oh. Yeah, so now there's people on the island. There's only like one living family on it. I don't remember his name. It should be later in the video, but he and his family will play a very important role in tending to the survivors. And it's kind of sad to say, but you know, none of the women, except for one boy, none of the women and children survive. It was just an awful disaster, and yet it's completely forgotten. I mean, when you compare it to Titanic, you know, everybody knows what Titanic is, but very little people know what Atlantic is. It's so sad. .3:18 in the morning. And it's also a bad idea to launch lifeboats because with the ship being perched up against the rocks like this, there's no way to lower the lifeboats because the waves are just going to smash it up against the side of the ship and destroy them. Apologies if I'm really silent. My throat is sore. I think I'm coming down with a cold. And it's just seeing this happen in real time is kind of sad. especially with the accompanying music. And these, the sails will actually play a key role in the sinking. Well, I mean, they won't play a key role, but it'll play a key role in 2 survivors, I think. Or at least several attempted survivors. I can't talk. Bad idea. I'm not sure exactly what woke up the family on the island. I think it was the lights from the, I think it was the explosion of the distress rockets. It's just completely sad. It's just, it's like watching the Titanic. Yeah. That's the sad part. It's just sad. I'm sorry if it says just sad multiple times. It's just, I really don't have any words. And virtually nothing is left of the wreck today. Oh, well, that ain't good. Well, they're dead. Oh, there goes the ship. Yep. I wonder what that final system was, though. Yep. Yeah, so, uh, yeah, so that's, so there's a quartermaster who's gonna basically tie a rope to the bow, jump off the bow and into the water, and then tie a rope to Golden River Rock, and then they're gonna do a hand-over-hand technique to get to the rock. They're gonna tie the rope to the rock, and then that's how they're gonna get people to the shore. I think tiny fishing boats, which are built to come out in these ways, they're little rowboats. You know, fishing rowboats are gonna come out, rescue the people that are on the rock. And I think by the night's end, there's gonna be like 100 people on that rock, and they're gonna, it's gonna take 4 hours or something like that to get people back from the rock onto the shore. there is stories of there's like these three people that are on like the very forward mast, uh, and like one of them yeah, that gives me chills just seeing that. I'll get back to my point, but that just seeing that line just gives me chills because you know you're like you hear that on the window and it's like get us out, get us out. Of course they don't, and they all die. It's just it's hard. It's really hard. It's just really hard imagining that, even though we don't see it. You can just imagine yourself being on that sloping bow, holding on for dear life, and then just hearing people bang on the windows, on the portholes, just hearing the tapping of the glass. It's nerve-wracking and chilling. Like I got chills all the way up my arm right now. I'm just imagining hearing that glass being tapped on, and then the tapping slowly dying out as people drown. But getting back to the MASH story, there's an officer, a quartermaster, an officer, a man, and a woman who are on the forward mast, I believe. And they climb up there, and then by the time the ship's almost all the way in the water, she's barely holding on. And I think the officer ties her to the mast, and then he goes to untie her when a fishing raft comes, but he can't, and her body is she's basically killed by the waves slamming into her, and it's like just talking about it makes me sick, and it's like it's very disgusting. You don't really want to talk about it because it just the image of it can scar you, literally, and that's why I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to even get remotely even into that. If you guys want to look it up for yourselves, be my guest, but I'm not going to tell you guys what happens to her. Just know that she gets killed by the amount of waves hitting her. So it was very violent, very gruesome, and very gory. Let's just leave it at that. Personally, I would not want to be in the mast because that's to be the first thing to touch the water as the ship would lean over. I would want to be on the tip of the bow, to be honest. Yeah, it's closer to the water, but at least you're not going to touch it first unless the ship goes, bow in first. Just because you're higher doesn't mean you're always safer. Besides, I'm scared of heights. It's almost 3:30 in the morning and the ship's already starting to go sideways. I could probably imagine that the entire stern section, a little bit of the midsection is already completely flooded. The bow might still have some air left in it, but not a lot. Yep. John Hanley, yeah, he was the only child to survive. And it's just sad that yeah. It's just sad that all these passengers, mostly family members, that get out on deck and then are washed away and pulled into the sea. It's just, you can imagine how awful it'd be. I think honestly, just seeing it like on screen like they did with Titanic, it'd be traumatizing. It would really be traumatizing. I couldn't explain it any other way. It would really be traumatizing. There she goes. Deeper and deeper into the water. It's almost 3:30 in the morning. There it is, 3:30 in the morning, and she's already at this point. Yeah. Yep. I will say that the stern is probably completely filled with water now. And then oh, yep. Yeah, that's sad because as the waves crash in through the interior of the ship, the water just sprays out because there's no room left in the interior. And it's just, full of water. It's just sad. Seeing this majestic ship going under and taking most of our passengers with it. Yep. Man, I just can't even say anything because it's so disastrous. Just seeing this beautiful ship just laying on her side and taking on water, sinking. It's hard. It's just awful. Yep, Michael Clancy. Yep. Now nobody lives there today, I don't think, on the island. Yep. Yeah, 100 people on that tiny ass rock. That's hard to imagine. First Officer Firth, yep. I think he was the one that tied the girl to the mast. Yeah. It's sad. Yep. There, the La Bertrand. Yeah. Whatever you want to call that. And by morning, she's almost completely submerged, and there's no other survivors. It's one of those things, you can't really imagine, Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. It was traumatizing somewhat and sad just to see this magnificent ship going underneath the waves. That it's one of those things, you don't really think about it. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm FutureRail Productions. I'll see you guys next time for the next episode of the Reactor, and I'll see you all next time.